supuestamente donde está la flechita del mouse es Buenos Aires, así que por ahí empezaría la comunicación, o tal vez cuando entre un poquito más adentro la línea blanca, que es el radio de acción del satélite, o sea de la ISS, más o menos por acá donde está el mouse. Ahí entró. Ahí está.
I felt excitement and joy, and then physically, you definitely feel the G's as the engine is burning and getting us up into low Earth orbit. Over.
Ahí la parte que no se escucha es la escuela en Buenos Aires que está hablando. Como es punto.
We do have windows. We have windows in our spaceship that we flew to the space station, and we have windows on the space station looking back at the Earth. And we can look down at the Earth. We're flying over South America right now, and it's absolutely beautiful. Over.
Como es punto a punto, no es en modo repetidor, se escucha una sola estación.
Other planets from up here, but we're only 250 miles above the Earth, and so we're not really all that closer. The planets look very similar in size as they do on the Earth. It's just that planets and the stars are much clearer because we're above the Earth's atmosphere, so the stars don't look. Control the direction of the space station. It is in orbit, and we can cause it. There are engines at the back of the space station that we can use to change our altitude, but we really don't change the direction. Orbital dynamics is really taking care of that. There isn't really a pilot on the space station. Those reboots, anytime that we burn the engines, actually control the grid. Atmosphere to retain that heat. So when you're in the shade, it's negative 250 degrees, and when you're in the sun, it can be up to 350 degrees. So alternately very, very cold or very, very hot. And so the keeps us at a nice 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Over. We have to fix things in the ISS. It's over 20 years old, but we have folks on the ground that are very good at finding what spare parts that we need. And our tools are just as similar to Earth tools, all sorts of wrenches and screwdrivers and those sorts of things. Over. We do all sorts of experiments up here. It's one of the amazing things about the space station is that it is not dedicated to a single type of science. We do fluid dynamics, combustion, biology, physics. One of my favorite experiments is in the module right next to me here in Columbus, where we're growing plants. We're growing onions and carrots and a bunch of other plants, and very excited about that. Over. doctor. I'm an emergency medicine doctor, and so for our crew, we do have a doctor up here, but most crews do not have a doctor, and so we train some of our astronauts to be crew medical officers and to learn how to use the procedures, the tools, and the medications that we have up here as they are directed by the doctor or flight surgeon back in mission control. If we don't feel well, we would talk with that flight surgeon. In the case here, we would talk, my crewmates could talk to me, and we have a small medikit with a small amount of medication, but if anybody were seriously injured or hurt or ill, ultimately we would want to return them back to the Earth. Over. That's a great question. For these long duration missions, it's very important to be able to talk with family and friends. And so we actually have a phone system through our laptops. If a friend or family member has a cell number, I can just type that into the laptop and call them on their phone. We also have video conferences about an hour with our families. Over.
Por la disposición de la antena de la ISS se ve como cuando está por ahí no me funciona muy bien a mí la recepción. Cuando pasa por acá es la mejor parte, cuando pasa por acá. Ahora cuando ya pasa más al sur se me complica. Bueno, ya se escucha un poco mal.